Hello everyone, I welcome you all to AriserTalent. My name is Arpita Sharma. I'm your maths teacher. Students, we are going to discuss our chapter linear equation in two variable today. Right students, we have seen many variety of methods. This method, that method, blah blah, not blah blah, but yes, different methods. Okay, so students, after that I've told you that we are having a specific Ramban method. Okay, so that is this method, cross multiplication method. This is for all, like Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, right? So this is our cross multiplication method. In this method, by the method of elimination by substitution, only the equations can be solved which have unique solution, right? Other methods can all only be solved which are having unique solution, but the method of cross multiplication discussed below is applicable in all cases. Now mark it student, in all cases, all the cases. In all the cases it's applicable to all, right? Whether the system has a unique solution, no solution, or infinitely many solutions. So we can use this particular method in unique solution, no solution, infinity or many solution, right? So this doesn't discriminate. It's nice. Okay. We're having this procedure here in which we are always, in this kind of method, we are always having two equations, right? Just accept that one, the three variables. Okay, so basically we are having this equation a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0, and like this a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. Okay, these are two equations. Now what we'll do, we'll multiply these equations with b1 and then with a1. Okay, now what will happen, we will be having the values of x and y. Now question arises, how? Let's discuss. So come this side, so you can easily understood that what is mentioned right there. Okay, so just little corner for this v, right? Okay, so talking about this, I'm having this equation a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0, and this a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. These are equation, mark it here. So this is equation 1, okay, and this is equation 2, right? This is equation 1, this is equation 2. Now what we have to do, we are going to multiply this equation by b2, right? Okay, b2. Here we have multiplied it by b2, here b2, here b2. Now with this, what we are going to do with this, we are going to multiply this one with b1, with b2, with b1. Now what will we get? Let's solve this and find the answer of your question, right? So I'm going to, that will be a1 b2 x, then that will be b1 b2 y plus b2 c1 equals to 0. Now this is my equation number 3. Now that will be a2 b1 x plus b1 b2 y plus b1 c2 equals to 0. Now this is my equation 4. This is equation 3rd, this is equation 4th. Now see this equations very carefully. How can you eliminate this y? It's no, like I'm not liking this y, so I'll just vanish it. How? I'll subtract simply this equation third, this equation fourth from this equation third. So, b1, b2, y of positive sign will be cancelled out of b1, b2, y of negative sign. Okay, now I'll be having this x common here and a2, no, first write a1, right, sequence, right, a1, a2, then note a1, a2, that will be a1, b2, right, a1, b2 minus a2, b1, okay, then here that will be plus of b2, c1 minus b1, c2 equals to 0. Okay, now how will you find the value of x from there? These are all constant, look at them. Constant can be sent that way and we'll be having this value of x here. Okay, so x will be equals to minus b2 c1 minus b1 c2 in the bracket, right. In the denominator, we will be having this a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Okay. Now, student, can I just send this minus inside this bracket? b2 c1 minus b1 c2 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So, that can be the reverse one, right? Okay, so this is the value of x I have got, right? Now see this. We are having this value of x here, this b1 c2, here b1 c2 minus b2 c1, okay. Now a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So now you know this value that we got is the value here we have got there, right. So by this procedure, this complete process is nothing. What we are doing this multiplication by b2 here in the equation 1 because it's having b1 here. We have to make this term as b1 b2y and also this term as b1 b2y. What should we have to do? We should just multiply this equation by b2 and multiply this equation by b1 so that we can cancel out the term y here. Okay. Now that is vanished now. What you did, you just vanish the terms of y here and find out the value of x. Now, if you have to find out the value of y, what will you do? You'll just simply multiply this equation by a2. So that will become a1 a2x. Now this equation by a1, that will become a1 a2x. a1 a2x, a1 a2x here. Now what will you do? You will just subtract it. Okay. So I have to again tell you about that. Okay. Simply I am just removing this. So come this side and we are going to remove it. Okay. Should I remove it? Move it. Right. So this is the value of x we have got. Okay. Now for the value of the y. The value of y will be here with this a2 and with this a1 here. So that will become a1 a2x plus b1, that is b1, okay, a2y plus a2c1 equals to 0, isn't it? That is equation number first, second, third, fourth, and now this a1 will be multiplied to this. Now this will be a1 a2x plus a1 b2y plus a1 c2 equals to 0. That is equation 6th. Now what should I do? I'll just simply minus this. Okay, minus that and that and that. Now, right? Now that will become y common and a2b1 minus a1b2. Okay. Now I am doing one step forward. I am having the sign equals to here. That will become of minus, that will become of plus. So when I will transpose it, that is plus and that is minus. The reverse will happen. Okay. So that will become a1c2 minus a2c1. So here students, the value of y will become equals to a1c2 minus a2c1 by a2b1 minus a1b2. Okay. So this is the second finding of our equation. Values of x and y have been found out. So students, look here. We are having the same way, we will be finding the value y. Similarly, y will be equals to c1 a2 minus c2 a1 upon a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Okay. So this is not like this. So what we have done wrong here, that is a1 a2 x cut. Okay. That is b1 a2. So here's a sign confusion of what? Okay. So it's nothing students, but we have just taken common minus. If we'll take minus common from there, that will become this a2c1 here minus a1c2 here, and in this denominator we'll be having a1b2 and minus of b1 a2. So this same will convert to this, that is c1 a2, that is again c1 a2 here minus a1 c2 there and b1 b2 minus b1 a2 there. Okay. Now students, we are getting y values, value of y here. Okay, we are getting the value of x here and y here. So you can just note it, and if you can, if you want to have the detailed procedure how you will find out this y, you can just note that also. Just note this, right? Okay students, either way, if you are having this formula only and you are not concluding this, then also you will be finding the same values, right students? Now, should I rub this? Okay. So now students, what will I have now? From these two equations, that is, first one is this, we have find out, and the second one is this, right? These values can be also be written as, because we are having this first equation, this second equation, and if we'll go with the C1 and C2, what we'll find out that this x upon, now understand this B1 C1 minus C2 C1 equals to minus of y upon A1 C2 minus A2 C1 equals to 1 upon A1 B1, sorry, A1 B2 minus A2 B1. Now students, now you will say that this is difficult to learn, and why this method is, why the hell this method is known as some cross multiplication method. It's so simple. It's looking like difficult, but it is simple. How? Because I am having this A1x plus B1y plus C1 equals to 0. Now, A2x plus B2y plus C2 equals to 0. Now the cross multiplication arises here. Okay. Arises, okay. Student, so that is A1, that is A2, that is B1, that is B2. Now you can create a cross here. You can create a cross here and a cross here. Can you create these cross here? Now how will this gonna work? This is gonna work in the terms of coefficient, student. We are going to have this kind of equation right there by these two equations. How? Let's look. We are having this x, we are having this y, and we are having this 1. 1, 4 constant. 1, 4 constant equals to here, equals to here. Now the denominator part. This is about the numerator, denominator. We will talk alternative. X positive, y negative. So alternate 1 will be positive. So this is for sure negative. Now if I am talking about x, I will hide x. I will hide x. I will not look in the coefficients of x. If I am hiding this x, then I will be having this y and this constant section. Now what will I do? I will hiding this and this B1 and this C2. B1 and C2 are the only look at the coefficient, don't look at x and y at all. You have done that work by writing them there. This is x, this is y, this is 1. Now hide this x, now this is B1 and this is C2. So first go this and then go this, right. So B1 and C2, okay, B1 and C2. Now put the minus sign on it, minus. This minus this. Now this is B2, right, and this is C1. What I've got B1 C2 minus B2 C1. Tell me if I'm wrong. B1 C1, that is B1 C1. No, this is B1 C2, right? So that may be wrong, but I am not wrong here. Okay. A1 C2, okay. So A1 C2 minus B2 C1, B1 C2 minus what I have done? C2 C1, right. So that is C2 C1, that's not C2 C1. We have some corrections here, students. That is B2 C1. Okay. So that will be B2 and C1. B1 C2, B1 C2 minus of B2 and C1. Okay. Now minus y. Now minus y. Now we are not going to look at this box. This is prohibited. Don't look at this. If I am not saying this, that will become A1 and C2. That will be go like here this and this and this, because we don't have to look at this portion. Now that will become A1 C2 minus of A2 C1, minus of A1 C2 minus of A2 C1, A1 C2 minus of A2 C1. Okay. Now again next is C1 C2 constants 1. Now if I am going with the constant, I will hide this. Now hide this. If I am going to hide this, you will be remaining with this portion. This portion, so that will be this and this. Now again this side minus this side. So that will be A1 B2 minus of A2 B1, minus of A2 B1, minus of A2 B1, A1 B2 minus of A2 B1, right, A1 B2 minus of A2 B1, again A1 B2 minus of A2 B1. What we concluded, whatever we have to find out. If I have to find out the x values, the denominator for the x, you will be just hiding this x and we do the cross multiplication method here. We are doing the cross. This is a cross, student. If you look the complete, this complete one, if I am talking about the y, that will be the cross. So here we are having three kind of cross. So this is cross and this is multiplication. So this is basically cross multiplication. So the method's name is quite correct. Okay, so don't question it, right? So these are the values. These are, now how will you find the value? You are having this equals to this constant. You are having this equals to this constant. So by these two, by this first and third one, you can find out the value of x, and if, by this and this, you will find out the value of y. Now, even then, even I've taught you like this way, even then you can find it a little bit difficult, student, but when you will solve the questions, you will find it very easy. Even you will prefer this method. Okay, you are going to prefer this method. You will say that no ma'am, we are going to do that with this method. If you are not provided with this specific method, we will use this. Okay, so just note this and we will talk the next. So, now, we are having this example. Now, student, understand this method. This is how you understand this method. So simple to use. That's given equation. Given equation is what? These are 2x minus 6y plus 10 equals to 0. Okay, and then 3x minus 7y plus 13 equals to 0. These two equations I am having. Right, let's name them, right, like 1 and 2. This is 1 and this is 2. These are the two equations I have provided with. Now, I have to use the cross multiplication method for this solution. So, I'll do exactly the same. What I'm supposed to do is write the x here and the y here with a negative sign, alternative approach, right? And the 1 here. That's quite not good with the 1 because it's giving, we are giving this too much space. So, it should be like this, x, y and 1 equals to, right, and a minus sign here. Now look, talking about x, now cross multiply with these two. Now don't confuse with the sign, just before starting this, put this minus in advance. So your brain will work accordingly. Talking about this x, hide this, that is 13 multiplied by 6, 13 multiplied by 6. Minus I have declared, it should be right there for only 10 into minus 7. Now don't confuse whether you have to take this minus or not. You have to take proper signs in each and every condition. Okay, so that will be, in bracket you will be writing, use brackets, it will be more convenient. That will be minus 7 multiplied by 10. Done. Now, y. With y, I will be hiding this y. What I am remaining with? These two and these two. So, I will use a different color for that, students, so that you can understand in a proper manner. Now, if I remove this y from the picture, I will be getting this 2 multiplied by 13, 2 multiplied by 13 here and 10 multiplied by 3 here. Now I don't have to consider the minus sign here, writing that all and all again. I have to just concentrate on the equation if I'm following this kind of procedure. Now for the constant, this is constant. So I'm talking about this constant. If I'm talking about the constant, I have to hide it. Okay, if I'm hiding this complete coefficient term, then I'll be having these two. So if I'm hiding this and I'm having these two, 2 multiplied by minus 7, okay. 2 multiplied by minus 7 in the bracket, and in this bracket we are having this 3 and minus 6, 3 and minus 6. Now in the next step, x minus y, 1. Now x, right, minus of minus 70 is plus 70. Okay, now minus y, 26 minus 30, 1, that is minus 14, minus again plus 18. Right, that will become, that was 13 and 6. Now students, when we are considering this x section, then 13 multiplied by minus 6 was there. So that will be minus. If this is minus, that will be minus also. Right, minus 78 plus of 70. So that will become minus 8. Here it is minus y upon 26 minus 30 is minus 4, and 1 is equals to minus 14 plus 18 is 4. Minus and minus cancel. Okay. Now from this equation I can have x minus 8 equals to that 1 by 4. Now this will be cut by this 2 times, right, and this y by 4 equals to 1 by 4. Now these 4 will cut. Now understand this student, here I will be having x equals to this minus sign, with this minus sign that will be minus 2. Minus 2 here and y equals to 1 here. So what I have always taught you, whenever you are going to solve this these questions in this particular chapter, you are going to check it. You can always check that. So here, come here student, we are going to check it. How you going to check it? Just put that in equation, with the given equation 2x minus 6y plus 10 equals to 0. And students, we are having the values of x and y here. X equals to minus 2 and y equals to 1, equals to minus 4, minus 6 plus 10. Now minus 10 plus 10, 0. So 0. First is proved. Second, we have tried in the first equation. If we will find out the second equation, minus 7y plus 13 equals to 0. What can we write? 3 multiplied by minus of 2 minus 7 multiplied by 1 plus 13 equals to 0. Okay, that will be minus 6 minus 7 plus 13. Now minus 6 and minus 7 is minus 13 and plus 13, that will be cut, again equals to 0. So LHS, RHS are all same. So here we are having the check and the answer part of this question. Note this students, so we can move forward. Okay, noted? Right. So students, this is about today's lecture, and we'll meet with some more questions on the same topic. Right, we'll do some exercise because exercise is very good for health students. Take care, bye-bye.